Well, here's a little update on my truck. Still waiting on parts. So let's see, what have I done? I unboxed my stainless brake lines and started to route them where they go. New proportioning valve. I actually unboxed these lines and they were from 2008. That's how long ago I bought them. Let's see, my battery box. That's about the biggest change lately. So you can see this side of it. I had to change the design of the box a little. Here's this side. I think it looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. So originally, 25 years ago, when I put the Cadillac motor in here, I also did this to both my other trucks too, but I had fresh air intakes off the 80s trucks into my 78. That's why I have, you see I have one on each side. So I had dual intakes. I welded up the air cleaners. I had two intakes. And it looked factory. Fitting these in the 78 wasn't the most fun because they're right up against the brace. And the original battery box came up along here, about this high, somewhere in here. And all I did at the time, this was just a driver, is I actually, from right here or so, I bent it over like this. It was cut from here to there, and I folded it the other way, a little piece of it, so it could bolt into there. Wasn't the prettiest, but it did the job. And in reality, it didn't even need to be there. We don't need a third bolt hole up there. There's another one down the bottom. It's on the wheel well. It's hooked to the fender. This is plenty. So now what I did is I actually cut my box across here on both pieces, re-angled it all down, butt welded it in so it's got the nice little shape in here like it used to. It even comes to a little triangle in here like it used to, just kind of like when I do chop tops. Kind of hard to see with all the grind marks, but I'm pretty happy with it. It looks pretty nice. It looks original-ish. Still a long way to go. And back here is just, there's the rear gas tank brace. I have to get some bolts for this thing. So when I first did the laser swap, this was just a piece of 2-inch square tube welded on top. And over here, I cut the original brace down here and overlap welded it on the outside and called it a day. It worked, lasted 20 years plus, whatever. It just didn't look good. But this truck wasn't built to look good back then. It just worked. I off-roaded it and stuff. So now what I did is I actually added to the square tubes are still there. I just boxed around them with some new metal, just to make them look a little more shaped. As you can see, they got a nice little shape to them now. I'm not looking to flush every weld and make it perfect, but at least now they'll look a little more original, a little better, neater. And this back brace is still there from what I did before. These are the Blazer tank swaps. Everyone does Blazer tanks a little differently. For me, I did it back in the day. I wanted everything to line up exactly like the Blazer. So the filler neck tube's exact same spot of the frame. Goes to the right same spot of the quarter panel, and I put the Blazer door in it. So what I did is the square body frame ends like right here. And then it goes down straight originally. I actually added the blazer end on it, that little angle, to get this brace to be further backwards on the bottom. But that puts the brace where it's supposed to be on a blazer. Their frames are a little different on the end. Yeah, and you have to drop that front brace or the tank won't be level. But that's it. Waiting for parts now. Waiting for the new tank. All the line stuff so I can start making the gas lines. Waiting for the fenders to come back from sandblast. So I'm kind of at a standstill until some stuff comes in. Eventually. I still have to find a drivetrain, still have to do a lot of things, whatever. Someday I'll get back to this. If these parts ever come in. I hate waiting for parts. But there we go. There's our update for this week on this truck. I do want to get back to it soon, hopefully, but like I said, it's all waiting on everybody else for parts. Now, if I was loaded and I can afford to order everything at once, I wouldn't be waiting for parts. But I'm broke, so I have to do things a little bit at a time. And even then, I'm spending way more money than I have. I think I don't even know. I probably put $2,500 in this truck this year. Just in cleaning up the frame. And the bushings and the springs and the U-bolts and all that kind of stuff. Sandblasting. Primer. It all adds up. Anyway, I'm out of here.